This week, the Grey Cup is set. It's Riders and Owls. Sounds familiar. We've got Steve from the Piffles Podcast joining us to talk about the Riders. And from the Alouettes Flightdeck, Cliffy D joins us to talk Owls and see how they think their teams are going to win. And from one side, keep it the same. From one side, change up the outcome. Crack those cold ones. It's the Argos Fancast. You can find us at Argos Fancast or anywhere you find your friendly neighborhood podcast. Just search Argos Fancast. I am Clay Chisholm. You can find me at All Kinds of Clay. And joining us, well, not joining us, actually, he's put himself on the one-game injured list this week to prepare for Grey Cup week. And as we all know, that's a pretty tough go at it. Will is on the one-game injured list. You can find him at Argo Fans or go to www.argofans.com and join up and talk double blue with like-minded individuals. And from the Double Blue Order, Sir Douglas of House Ballinger, second of his name, Lord of Section 116, Warden of the South Side, and Protector of the Realm.
That gets more and more gravelly every week. How's it going, everyone? You can find me on YouTube at Sir Douglas 1873. You got some neat stuff on there. You can find me on Blue Sky at W519. You can find the Double Blue Order Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and in Section 115 on game days at Section 115 of Beam or 116 at Beam Field. We also have a merch store at doubleblueorder.ca. My God, I gotta narrow that down a little bit. That's way too long now. Something to work on in the off season.
We can figure stuff out.
Yeah.
So, quickly before we bring on Cliffy from the Owls Flight Deck, we can go over the games that happened over the weekend. We had the East Final, the West Final. Both great games going down to the wire.
Oh, they were fantastic. Fantastic to watch.
And both games had some kind of incident where the goalpost would have been better at the back of the end zone. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, we had Montreal go into Hamilton and take the win 19-16. In what seemed, I only watched the last half of the game, but it just kind of seemed like a relatively sloppy game.
It did seem like a sloppy game to me as well. The only thing that I'm gonna say is that full props to Hamilton. I'm dead serious when I say this. They kind of impressed me a little bit because they kept the game scoreless in the first quarter when I thought Montreal was just gonna pass the ball behind their secondary and just basically make them look like complete and total frauds right off the get-go. That didn't happen. I was actually very impressed with the way Hamilton's defense kind of got themselves together right from the very get-go of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they held the Owls to just 2 field goals in the second quarter. And the difference was the fact they only scored 1 field goal themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They both scored 7 and 6 in the third and fourth quarters respectively, and Montreal held on to win there and punch their ticket to the Grey Cup. Now, on the other side of that,
this game was even better than the first one.
On the other side of that, we had BC in Saskatchewan. And let's just say Rider fans were definitely checking their calling their doctor after the game because
some people are installing AEDs, I'm sure.
Yeah, because they're coming right down to the last.
I was feeling it, and I had absolutely no no vested interest in this game whatsoever. I was feeling it was fantastic stuff.
Riders came out 24-21 with a touchdown. They scored that with 11 seconds left in the game.
Who scored it again?
Tommy Neild
from
Trevor Harris.
Two former Argo Connect. Former Argo.
Yep. And the ball's on Corey Mace.
Dude.
To trust his defense. Twice.
Fucking watermelons, dude. Watermelons.
Yeah.
No sort of joke intended there. Dude has massive stones.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure when he, I knew everyone in that stadium, and I was thinking this, what are you doing, dude? But he trusted his defense enough to get the big stops, and they did twice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that's probably going to be the difference maker, because I think you got the two top defenses in the league going at it. This is going to be BC was no slouch. Nathan Rourke, he was he was like greased up deaf guy from Family Guy. I swear to God, that dude got into he was swarming with 5 players and floop, and he sneaked and he just floop, and I'm like, what the. How did he get out of it? I was asking, I was like, at least twice. I was like, are you kidding me? How the hell did he get out of that situation? He should have been dropped right there, but no, he was able to kind of just weasel his way out of it, squirm his way out of it, get the ball off for a first down. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's I was just baffled by it, but it goes to show you, kids got talent, and BC, I have a feeling BC is right there.
Yeah.
BC is right there. I think they're going to be right in the mix again next year.
Yeah. And they're just, it was, literally came down to, a misplay here, misplay there. Mm-hmm. The two teams are very evenly matched. Now we're going to move on. We're basically going to see the Riders and Als be third time's a charm for the Riders. Who knows? I'm having a little bit of PTSD from 2009 at this point.
Don't watch my Grey Cup preview video then, because I brought that clip up.
Oh yeah, of course. Look, I'm the one who convinced my wife to buy a 2009 Grey Cup jersey to pick up my parents from the airport. So, I can laugh at it now. My mother still has problems with that.
Oh, I bet. I absolutely bet that.
Well, we're going to bring on Cliffy D from the Alouettes Flightdeck in a moment, and once we do that, we'll find out if he's rehashing the 09 and 10 Grey Cup as well. Welcome, Cliffy. Welcome to the Argos Fancast.
Well, lovely hotel room, Cliffy.
Oh, listen, we go all out here at the Alouettes Flightdeck. How often does your team make it to the Grey Cup? Well, I guess
you're asking the wrong guys.
We get there quite often. Best example, but I digress.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're in Winnipeg already, getting ready for the Grey Cup, and are you having flashbacks to 09 and 2010?
I want to say yes, in a sense, because as soon as you hear that matchup, Rough Riders versus Alouettes, for the past 16 years now and counting, that's all people will be able to talk about is that 13th man, that too many men penalty. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but there's a company here in Winnipeg called Trans-Canada Brewing. They actually made what's called the Saskatchewan Dozen, 13 Pilsners in a box and a penalty flag.
Wow.
It really is a part of the lexicon, and maybe that's just Winnipeg's way of saying "f you" to the fine folks of Saskatchewan. But I mean, this thing just permeates throughout the universe, and it clearly will for years to come. A lot of people had said back then that people are never ever going to forget this, and again, 16 years later, it's still coming up. And then, of course, with the Alouettes and the Rough Riders both making the Grey Cup this year, of course, everybody's first instinct is to flash right back to 2009 and even 2010 too. But yeah, that 2009 Grey Cup, I know still lives very much rent and free in the heads of Rider Nation.
Well, as somebody who was representing Rider Nation at that Grey Cup, yeah, it hurt. It hurt. But at this point now, it's lore. You can laugh about it. This year's Alouettes have looked like they can beat the world, and they look like they're very beatable at times. Which else are we going to get in the Grey Cup based on your experience and knowing that there's a chance that Davis Alexander's not 100%?
Well, the thing we talked about with you brought it up, and I'm glad you did, is the fact that this Alouettes team looks so much different when Davis Alexander is behind center versus when he's not behind center. When he's behind center, they win, full stop. When he's not behind center, they might squeak out a win here and there, but more often than not, they tend to lose. I mean, with what Davis Alexander's been able to do, pretty much since he became starting took over the starting quarterback role here in Montreal, it's like a breath of fresh air. And it's funny to say that because, yeah, it was just 2 years ago that the Alouettes went to the Grey Cup and won it. But that was Cody Fajardo who brought this team back to the promised land. And now Davis Alexander is being called upon to do so. And he relishes it. That's the thing, is that last year in the East Final, when the Alouettes came so close to going back to the Grey Cup and ultimately falling short, you could see in his body language on the sidelines, like he was vibing big time. Like he wanted to be in there so bad. Like I'm surprised he didn't try to take Cody Fajardo out of the game completely. It's like, here, I'll do this. Like it was that kind of energy that he had. And when they decided to make him the starting quarterback, QB1 here in Montreal, there was no going back. Simply put, like they pushed all their chips in the middle of the table on Davis Alexander, and so far he's been paying off in a big way. He truly has revolutionized the quarterback position here in Montreal. I mean, you think about the great quarterbacks that Montreal has had, including arguably the greatest quarterback ever to play in the CFL in Anthony Calvillo, who, by the way, is Davis Alexander's quarterback coach now. I mean, the comparisons are already starting with that, and so far he is very much living up to the hype. This one, Davis Alexander.
Yeah, that would have been my question actually. Like how that you gotta wonder, like the comparisons are vital. I've been asking it myself. I'm like, is this the second coming now? Or like, are we now going to see a decade of quarterbacking dominance from the Owls again? And it's like, I don't want to lose like 3 straight East Finals to these guys again. Come on now.
Well, if anyone's going to do it, it will be Davis. Like that is just how much I believe in him, and what he's shown too. It's not simply a matter of I think he's going to do great things. He's done great things. He has shown time and time again, despite injury concerns, despite the idea that he's this guy that came literally out of nowhere and became like this superstar overnight practically. But no, like, he's been in the system now for a couple of years. Like, and he's had the chance to marinate in the slow cooker, as they say. Like he's had a chance to sit and learn under the tree of guys like Trevor Harris, Vernon Adams Jr., Cody Fajardo, and yes, Anthony Calvillo. So when it came time for him to take over the reins under center, it was no problem. If anything, the way everybody reacted when he took over as quarterback, the way this team reacted to him under center, it was like a paradigm shift. Like it was, as I said, completely different team. When Davis Alexander is behind center, this is a completely different team, and a very good team at that too.
And the one thing that I think is almost cemented him as the guy in Montreal is the sentiment all of a sudden has shifted from everybody going, "Oh my God, this David Alexander is coming out of nowhere. All he does is win football games because he's never lost a start." To man, this kid is just cocky and we want to see him lose. You know, when you start to have people switch to hating your quarterback from around the league, you know he's the guy.
Without question. As I think it was Tom Brady who said it, they hate us because they ain't us. And I think that's what it is with Davis Alexander. As the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, I guarantee you they would have loved to have had a quarterback like Davis Alexander behind center in that Eastern semifinal. Maybe then they would have taken that path of least resistance, quote unquote, to the Grey Cup. But unfortunately, he's very much a Montreal guy now. I mean, and a Montreal guy he shall stay because, again, Danny Machocha, he knew what he was doing. It's crazy to sound, for a lot of people, but when he found this kid, he did the right thing. Signed him, brought him in, didn't rush him at all. Gave him the chance to, nurture and learn and just develop properly. He's lived up to all the hype and then some. And you know what? There's a fine line between cocky and confident. I see Davis more as a confident quarterback. Yeah. He believes in himself. He believes he's able to do the job. He's shown he can do the job. So why wouldn't he believe that? And I can understand, it makes me laugh. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers, back in the day, they called themselves Swaggerville, right? Like they carried themselves like their poop didn't stink and they were, the kings of the hill. But then when someone comes along and knocks them off the mountain, all of a sudden, oh, he's cocky, he's a jerk, and I want to punch him in the face and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, look, you had your turn. You had a great run. Going to 5 straight Grey Cups is nothing to sneeze at, believe me. But unfortunately, you just ran into a buzzsaw called the Montreal Alouettes, and that buzzsaw is being manned by number 10 himself, Davis Alexander.
Oh boy, I don't. That's an image I do not want to see in my head of a Davis Alexander talking trash while wielding a skill saw, who's going to go after Winnipeg Blue Bombers. That's the last thing I want to see in my head. But I digress. One thing, there's one thing I noticed during the game, and I asked you a question on Blue Sky. You didn't answer it, but probably because you were really, really busy. But how long has Charleston Rambo been wearing the Guardian cap?
This was the first time I truly noticed it in the Eastern Final. He played in the Eastern semifinal, and I know he took a couple of licks here and there, not only in the Eastern semifinal, but also in the last regular season game in Winnipeg. So I'm pretty sure this is just precautionary. I mean, I've spoken with him, and he's never given me any indication that he's had any sort of, neurological problems or, even, headaches or anything of that nature. So I think it's just erring on the side of caution. I mean, it's kind of weird because you don't see too many Guardian caps being worn in the CFL, believe it or not, but almost never any in the for the Montreal Alouettes. And so to see that this past Saturday was a little surprising. So I was like, oh, I didn't know anything happened to Charleston, because all indications were that he was fine. I mean, like anybody else, I'm sure he's hurting. Like everybody's hurting at this time of year, but
of course, yeah.
I want to believe that he's erring on the side of caution, and the Alouettes themselves too are probably erring on the side of caution with that. And I've got absolutely no problem with that.
Yeah, because I mean, it was like, I'm like, oh, because I saw it and I'm like, I noticed. I'm like, that's the first time I've seen him wear a Guardian cap, number one. And number two, I mean, it actually looks kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, they actually did a very good job making it kind of look like the helmet, So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Now, getting to the game, what are you looking for the Owls to do to win this game?
Same thing they've been doing every other game that Davis Alexander started. Set the tone early and often. That's why they look so good in that first half in the Eastern semifinal, was they set the tone right away. They scored. Davis was, even when he was being flushed out of the pocket, he still made plays happen. He found his receivers. He had no problem handing off the ball to Stevie Scott, doing whatever it takes to just punch them in the face and don't stop until there's zeros on the clock. That's got to be the mindset, I'd say, for both teams, to tell you the truth. But I think for this Alouettes team, they've got to do that right away. And it's kind of funny, like both Hamilton and Montreal last week in the Eastern final, they were looking to take that first shot. And that first quarter was 0-0. It really felt like they were really feeling themselves out. Like it really had that heavyweight contest to it. Like two Titans just kind of figuring it out. But then once the Alouettes started scoring, that's when everything completely switched. So it's for me, that's going to be the key. Is if the Alouettes can set the tone early in this game. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the sky's the limit. I mean, this will not be a gimme by any stretch for either team, and I think both these teams are as evenly matched as possible. Just like Hamilton, Montreal, I felt were very evenly matched as well, and I thought that game was going to go down to the wire, and sure enough, it did. This game has all the potential to do that as well. I mean, I know it's early. I mean, the players are just starting to start practice now and just start to get underway. I'm sure the game planning is in effect with all the coaches and that, but yeah, I'd say the team that sets the tone right away, I mean, it may be one of those things where the opposition just simply has no answer. And if they don't figure it out fast, well, they're going to be watching someone else's team raise the championship trophy.
Basically, you're thinking it's going to be first staring contest, first one to blink. That's what you're thinking.
First to flinch, first to blink, first to lose control. That's the other thing too, is discipline. I mean, we saw it with Hamilton, like the stupid penalties. I'm not saying it completely sunk them, but it definitely didn't do them any favors. I think that's another key there as well, is like Montreal, for the most part, has done a very good job of staying disciplined. Jason Moss definitely instills that discipline in his team. I mean, he is light years away from being that hot-headed coach throwing Gatorade jugs around. That those days are long gone. I mean, he is calm, cool, collected, and he makes sure that his team, like he's still fiery. He's still got that passion, and the players will run through a brick wall for him, but they're going to do it the right way. They're not going to do anything stupid. Any sort of shenanigans, you're not going to see that in this game. I'm ultimately, whoever has the fewest penalties, along with staying level-headed, is going to go the furthest.
All right, and a couple more questions right before we let you go. One, other than the game, what event are you looking forward to the most at Grey Cup Festival?
Whew, wow. there's literally something for everybody at Grey Cup, and that's what I love coming to Grey Cup, and that's why I always encourage fans, you got to come see it. I can tell you about how great it is, but it doesn't do it justice. Like, you really got to be here and see it for yourself. And I know Montreal fans are now finally starting to travel. You're starting to see more of them show up for Grey Cup because they don't want to miss it, especially if their team has a chance to go and play in the game. They want to be a part of that as well. But as soon as they start seeing everything that goes on in the festival, you almost immediately fall in love with it. And for me, I think there's, just so many events. But one event that I will say is an absolute can't miss is the CFL Fans Fight Cancer event, which is taking place on Saturday. I believe it's at the Uptown Tavern, if I'm not mistaken, or Tavern Upstairs, or Uptown, or something like that.
Something like that. It's like maybe a block or two away from where the team parties are this year. So it's within stumbling distance, if you will.
Absolutely, which is I think absolutely phenomenal, and I love how it has grown over the years. I mean, just the contributions being made by everybody, the fact that fans are having like satellite events throughout the year to try and raise money for it and try to get to that ultimate goal, which right now, I mean, is $100,000. If everybody can help the CFL Fans Fight Cancer Initiative raise $100,000 to give to Cancer Care Manitoba, that would be capital A amazing. And again, people that have never even heard of this event, I tell them about it and they go check it out. Same idea. They fall in love with it. They're like, this is so great. This is so cool. Like, you get to meet all kinds of great fans. You get to see all kinds of great stuff up for auction. There's 50-50 draws. There's all sorts of things. It has truly become for me a must attend. Win, lose, or draw, regardless of where it is in the city. You simply have to get there. I don't care if you're hungover from the night before or anything like that. Get yourself over there because it is an absolutely amazing event. And if we can get to that $100,000 here, wow, that would just be absolutely incredible.
And so that'll be to Tavern United, downtown Winnipeg, from 1 to 5 p.m. and entry is free. So, and before you get going here, we need a prediction. We need a score from you. Obviously we're going to assume you're picking the Ls. If not, this would be an epic heel turn. But how much of the L is going to win by?
Well, as I stated earlier, this has all the makings of being a very close, very, very tight game. Truthfully, either team can win it. There's no question about that. I think both teams have the talent. Both teams have the desire. I mean, the Alouettes want to prove that that 2023 wasn't a fluke. The Riders want to, end that, was it a decade-long drought of theirs? I mean, not that's so terrible a decade, but they want that fifth Grey Cup. I mean, that's paramount.
They want to get out of the amateur ranks now. They want to leave the university teams from the early 20th century behind them now.
Yeah, I mean, technically with the Red Blacks, I mean, they only have one Grey Cup, so they don't. It's not like the Riders have to be, say like, we got the fewest amount of cups. Technically, no, you don't. And don't give me this graphic that was going around on social media about how the Ottawa Red Blacks have 10 Grey Cups. The city of Ottawa has 10 Grey Cups in different iterations, but the Red Blacks only have one. But
yeah, you
anyways.
can't. Yeah.
All right. I'm deviating here.
Final score.
Give me. Oh, I'm not big on predictions, but why don't we do 28-27? That score sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
All right. History has a funny way of repeating itself sometimes. Why?
All right.
Why not now?
All right. Thank you very much, Cliffy. Enjoy the week, and good luck in the game.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. I'll see you in a couple days, Cliffy. I'm headed over there, so.
Oh, just try and stop you. I'm ready for you.
Let's go. I'll see you soon.
All right. Take care.
Laters.
All right, and that was Cliffy D of the Alouettes Alouettes Flightdeck. He's amped. He's amped. He's trying to stick the fork in me. But we know somebody who's going to be on my side here, and we're just going to bring him on. Steve from the Piffles Pod.
Steve.
Welcome, Steve.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Not too bad. How's it going?
You know what? I got no complaints. Not one.
How's the heart rate? How's the blood pressure?
Oh, I'm still racing from Saturday, guys. Unlike Cliffy, I'm not used to these trips to the game. It's been a little bit for us, so my heart's not quite ready yet, but got a few more days, then we'll be good to go.
All right. Are you heading down there?
I'm not. No, I'm going to be watching it from here in the city. I'm 3-0 when I watch the game in Regina, and my stats are not as good when I'm watching on the road. So I'll give the Riders that extra boost and enjoy the Green Mile after the game.
Now, I asked. We just had Cliffy from the flight deck on, and I asked him this right off the bat, so I'll ask you the same thing. Is this matchup bringing back bad memories?
No, I'm long past over 2009, even though I did message him a little bit after I saw or heard his little score prediction while I waited. To me, 2013 really exercised those demons. I was happy after that game. I'd forgotten all about 09 and 2010, and I know we're going to hear nothing but 2009 references for the next, 5 more days. Not for me. I'm good with it.
All right. Well, in that sense, you've got to, watch your Riders basically hang out atop the West Division all season. Is there anything that scares you about this Montreal team?
A healthy Davis Alexander. We've seen what the Montreal Alouettes are like without him. They were 3-8 without him, and now 11-0 with him. If he doesn't scare somebody, I question their sanity levels. But watching him come up a little limp late in that Eastern final made me a little bit more comfortable going into this game. Because if you don't have him at 100%, you don't have him running around the field making plays like he can do. They don't really worry me as much. We saw what this team looks like without him. When these two teams met and both were relatively healthy, other than Alexander, the Riders won 34-6. So Yep. That's where I'm at. Not that I think this Grey Cup game is going to be anything like that. It's going to be a nail biter, but I think I said it last week when I was talking about BC, and I'll say it this week. If both of these teams play to their potential, I think that benefits the Riders.
Yeah, I know. I was going through, and when I did a YouTube video, I was going through everything, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, pretty much when I'm looking at the defenses, I'm like, the defenses are pretty even for the most part, but I have a feeling that they're going to, but just based from what I've seen, they might go a little more aggressive to try and get Davis Alexander to run, to try and get him to test that hamstring a lot.
Oh, and they absolutely should. If they aren't chasing Davis Alexander all over the field right from play one, I question Corey Mace's coaching at that point. Yeah, the moment he started coming up a little bit lame on the on that hammy, you have to be in his face all game long. Force him to use his legs, see if he's got it, test it, make sure. Because if he can make those plays, then you have to game plan a whole lot differently. So find out 30 seconds in and see where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, we talked about what you need to do to the Alouettes to win this game. What do the Riders need to do? What's their bread and butter to make sure that they win this game?
Biggest thing to me, I have a ton of faith in this defense. I'm not concerned on that side of the ball. We've seen what they can do when healthy. They've held some pretty high-powered offenses off the scoreboard. Just look back again to Saturday night. I think it all comes down to which Trevor Harris shows up. And when he is on, that first half was a little scary in that West final. And if you get that for 4 quarters, I'm not feeling as confident. But if Trevor Harris shows up and is ready to go like he can be, and throwing his 75% completion percentage, I don't know that Montreal has the horses to stop him. Especially if we get a healthy Keyshawn Johnson back, which all signs right now are pointing to that being a potential. You get him back on the field, and this team is effectively at 100%, or as close as you can be, in late November.
Yeah, I mean, you've had 2,000-yard receivers this season, and Keyshawn Johnson was one of them, and he was impressive all season long. That's for darn sure. I know one thing I think that the play of AJ Ouellette might become a factor as well at some point. Because Clay and I, we know what he's capable of. We've seen him put a guy through a table. We know he can truck people.
He's the straw that stirs that drink. Yeah, honest, AJ Ouellette is the straw that stirs the Riders' offense. He stirs that drink. If he's on and playing like he did, he kept us going in that first half. That kept that game close. And if he's running at full speed and in temperatures that are hovering around 0 or less, I'm not sure anybody on Montreal wants to be the guy to bring him down.
No, I would question anybody who's driving a bulldozer onto that field that wants to get in front of him at that point, because he'll go through that bulldozer.
Yep.
Especially when he's on. He's almost like a slightly more mature Cam Scadaboo at this point. He's not going to go out there and headbutt a wall often.
I don't know.
often. He said often.
But he's gonna truck people, and he's gonna know when to make that jump cut, which the rookie in Cam Scadaboo shows that he doesn't know when to make that jump cut, but AJ does, and he can be a very scary force of nature once he gets everything going.
I think the biggest thing we see with AJ Ouellette now compared to previous years is he always looked for contact in years past. He was looking for the next guy to hit. Now he seems to know the difference. You said it. He's a more mature player. And I know a lot of that is the coaching from Andrew Harris, and because Andrew Harris was the same kind of guy who, craved contact, but learned when to avoid it. And that's what's allowed AJ Ouellette to stay healthy this year. and B, to be at or near. And I stand by saying if we were playing meaningful games in October, AJ Ouellette would have been the league leader this year in rushing. He wasn't far behind, and he missed a game and a half because they didn't need to use him. So he is that guy. He is a difference maker in that weather, and it gives us the chance to play a little differently and open up the playbook on those 2nd and 4s, 2nd and 3s instead of being in 2nd and 10, 2nd and 15. So he's a huge key to me.
The final 2 questions. I know one's not going to mean as much since you're staying home, but as a veteran of Grey Cups past, what is the one event that you cannot miss on the Grey Cup Festival?
The obvious one to me is the CFL Fans Fight Cancer event, and I'm sure you could ask 50 of us that question. Most of us will give you the same answer. It's become, watching that event evolve over the last 5-6 years, let alone, 18, 20. I can't remember when the first one was anymore. It's been a while either way.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But seeing it go from, a one day, they were happy if they raised $5,000 to now, last year they were over 70, and the goal this year was at $100,000. Was the goal in 2025. And for something to be fan led the way that event is, and to explode like that, it's just been, it's been fun to watch. And I saw how much I helped organize it when we were in Regina in 2023, and getting a firsthand look at seeing how much goes into just the day of event, let alone the rest of it, it was really eye-opening. So I give a ton of credit to the Manitoba crew. They've done some solid work in preparation. So if you're in Winnipeg, you have to check it out. There's no other event you need to go to before that one.
You know what? Your counterpart Cliffy said the exact same thing.
Smart man. Terrible taste in football teams, but smart man.
All
At
right,
least
now,
this weekend.
Yeah, and we asked Cliffy for a prediction. I know a lot of people don't like making these predictions, but I'm going to ask it, and I'm going to force you to make a decision. We know you're going to pick the Rough Riders. That's a given. Otherwise, we'd probably have some issues. But I need a final score from you.
Ooh. Well, I'm not going to say 28-27. That's I'm not that brave. But you know what? I think this. I said I wasn't thinking about the revenge tour, but I think this year the Riders win on a Brett Lothar field goal. I'm going to go 31-29.
All right. Well, we've got right now, based on that, we've got a 1.5 point spread for the Grey Cup based on our guest predictions. So thank you very much, Steve, for joining us to talk Riders in the Grey Cup, and good luck on Saturday.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your show.
All right. Thank you very much, Steve.
Thanks, Steve. See you sometime next year, bud.
Can't wait.
All right. And that was Steve. You might know him as Safamod from the Piffles Podcast. And
I find it funny. I find it funny that you mentioned bulldozers in Grey Cup, considering the history of bulldozers in the Grey Cup.
Okay,
the Mud Bowl. The Mud Bowl.
Yeah.
They used bulldozers to clear the field.
Yep.
So, but now we don't have to worry because it's all artificial turf now for the most part, except for BMO Field. So you don't have to worry about it ruining the turf.
And I don't think that you're going to get to need bulldozers in this game anyway. The weather looks pretty good.
Surprisingly. I looked at the forecast. I'm like, 10 degrees on Friday? What? I mean, that's practically shorts weather.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be 0 on game day, which is absolutely unheard of in Winnipeg.
Which is fantastic.
I mean, considering you go back to the one of the greatest Grey Cups ever, 1991.
Whew.
And It was the coldest recorded on record for a Grey Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I would have I thought the 95 Grey Cup was pretty goddamn cold in Saskatchewan, the first one in Saskatchewan. Then that one I had to, I brought a sleeping bag with me to keep cold or keep warm on in the end zone benches that were erected for that game.
Mm.
And that was that one was actually the predecessor to the Alouettes, the Baltimore. I think they were the Baltimore Stallions officially at that point.
Okay.
Um,
You could just say Baltimore Football Club, and you wouldn't be wrong in any case.
No, yeah, they started out the year before, I think, as the Baltimore Colts. Then somebody,
CFLers.
yeah, then the CFLers because somebody launched a lawsuit.
Fucking Ursay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and we said we've got a 1.5 point spread. Cliffy had a 1 point win. Steve had a 2 point win.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 1.5 point spread. And just based on their predictions, we'll say 1.5 points for the Riders. That's our line. I can't take your bets, but
Well, you could take the money, but you're not going to guarantee to pay out.
no, I can guarantee you're not going to get paid out if you give me your money.
Likewise. I need the drinking money, guys. So I'll take it.
But with that, I'm going to be playing the over.
What would so you're saying? Let's see
I've got my money on the Riders
Okay.
to cover that spread.
Give me a second here. I'll just do some quick calculations here.
Oh yeah, we got two scores, so we can do the over-under.
Yeah, so 57.5.
Okay, 57.5 is your over-under. I would also play the over on that.
You're thinking the over?
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, if it were me, I don't know. Like something tells me under. Something's telling me under that.
I mean, these two great defenses, two fantastic defenses here. And I think that's probably where a lot of people are going to see the under. I think, and this, look, if you bet this and you win on it, I want a high five at some point if you see me. But I am thinking we're going to see not one, but two defensive touchdowns.
Ooh.
I think these defenses are going to be so amped that they're going to jump stuff, and something's going to happen where we're going to see two defensive touchdowns.
So you're thinking 1-1, or you're thinking two from one team, or
I think 1-1. I think 1-1. And that would be probably a prop bet that would probably pay out a shit ton.
I'm gonna take. Don't mind me. I'm just keep going.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna make that bet right now.
No, I'm not gonna make it. I'm just gonna see if somebody has that.
But yeah, I think these defenses just are that good that we're gonna see that. Now I think the problem that we're going to see from the Montreal defense is they're not going to have their all CFL interior linemen in there. As some unfortunate circumstances happened, and whatever the truth is, it doesn't matter anymore because Oakman has been released, and we've probably seen the last of him in the CFL, regardless of what comes out at this point. But he was an all-star for them. They're not going to have him, so that's going to cut into it a little bit, I think. And I think that's where the Riders are going to take advantage with the run game and the short passing game that Trevor Harris does so well. I think that's going to, despite the multitude of all-stars they have on that defense, I think not having that rush up front as much as they would is going to eventually cause some of those guys in the interior there to the linebackers to cheat up a little bit to help with that. And that's going to start opening some small holes. That's going to be something that Corey Mace and Mark Mueller will be able to exploit. Now, they're good. I think the defense for Montreal is that good that it's not going to be, a blowout. It's not going to be that, 36-6 kind of thing. 38,
No,
whatever
if
that
it is,
score was.
if it is, I'll be absolutely shocked. That's not. This is going to be like a good ass MMA fight. It's going to go.
Yep.
It's going to go the distance, and it's like these two teams are going to be swinging for the fences because there is no tomorrow after this.
No.
After Sunday, when you go back to your hometown, you're cleaning out your locker and you're going home.
Yep.
No matter what happens, it's just a matter of whether or not you're going to do it with a ring or you're going to do it just without it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Okay.
all right.
Keep going.
Well, no, I thought you found the prop.
I did. Yeah. So to score 2+ touchdowns. Okay. The Saskatchewan Roughriders defense is a +8,000. And the Montreal Alouettes defense is a +12,500. That's to score 2+. That's to score 2 or more touchdowns.
Okay.
For just anytime touchdowns, right? An anytime touchdown, it's +600 for the Riders defense, +700 for Montreal. For the first score of the game, it's 4,500 for the Riders and 5,000 for Montreal.
Yeah, I don't think it's there. The defense is going to be the first to score, but
no.
But I would definitely parlay the anytime touchdown Montreal, anytime touchdown Saskatchewan. I think that's worth a couple bucks in there. Now, I'm not encouraging anybody to gamble by any stretch of the imagination, but
I mean,
a couple
people
bucks.
People are going to. I mean, hell,
Yep.
I might. I don't know. I don't have an account, so I'd have to sign up and everything.
Yeah.
I'll have to call up Jamie when I'm in PEG, blitzed out of my mind. Hey, how do I figure this shit out? Yeah, that's going to go over like a lead balloon.
Yeah, well, you'll have a couple of people there that'll be able to help you too.
Oh yeah. They'll be encouraging. They'll be encouraging me to go either way. Like bet Montreal, bet Saskatchewan. Fuck you all. I'm betting Toronto.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to make money if you bet on Toronto to win.
No, Toronto next year.
Although I bet your Ginger will probably find a way to put money on Toronto to win this year.
Wouldn't surprise me. Let's be honest.
Oh, well, the other fun things that we've got going on during CFL week is the awards. So I thought where is it here? We should pick our award winners based on the nominees that are here. Just give me a second here. All right. So, Coach of the Year, Corey Mace or Jason Moss?
Ooh. Whew. That's tough. That is
Yeah.
tough. I do not want to be the guy to pick it. You know what? Hang on.
You can roll a dice.
I'm gonna fucking use a coin. I'm gonna use a coin here. Fuck it.
Coin of Destiny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna and I'm going to, from my choice, I'm taking out the playoffs. Okay.
Yeah. So you just go.
So,
Yeah, as you should. It should just be regular season.
so at this point, I'm weighing first in their division versus all the quarterback issues that Montreal had in there as well. I'm more likely to. You know what? This being a quarterback league, and I don't think Saskatchewan did have their issues with the quarterback when Harris went down for a little bit, but I think the drop off from Davis Alexander to McLeod Bethel Thompson and everybody else they had there makes Jason Moss my prediction for Coach of the Year.
All right. So I'm basically, it's going to be heads is going to be Saskatchewan, tails Montreal because it's a bird.
Yeah.
I'm going Jason Moss as well. I got the loon.
All right.
There you go.
Okay. And then we got most outstanding rookie, Trey Vival versus of Winnipeg versus Devin Veresuk for Hamilton.
Neither.
Derek Sluka, write-in vote.
Yeah. Either Derek Sluka or AJ. Derek Sluka for write-in for the East, AJ Allen write-in for the West.
Yep.
So I'm going with my write-in votes. So sorry, not taking them.
Most outstanding special teams: Trey Vival for Winnipeg and Liram Hajrullahu for Toronto. It's obviously going to be Liram Hajrullahu.
Absolutely.
Technically, I think the only thing that's different would be, or the only thing that's missing would be a record for points, but he hit the most 50-plus yard field goals of any kicker ever.
Yeah.
So
he set a club record too as well. So it's like,
yep. So yeah, he's the guy. Most outstanding offensive lineman: Jamarcus Hardrick for Saskatchewan, Brandon Revenberg for Hamilton.
Hardrick. Sorry, it's gonna be Hardrick. I mean, they're probably gonna pick Revenberg anyway, but I'm thinking it's gonna be Hardrick.
Based on those two, I think it should be Hardrick. Based on all the offensive linemen in the league, I think those got in on name alone. I think there's probably better out there. But most outstanding Canadian: Nathan Rourke, Isaac Adeyemi Berglund.
I think it's got to be Nathan, surely.
Yeah.
I think now Nathan is up for most outstanding player as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's taking home the double.
Well, I'm going to give him most outstanding Canadian, and it hinges on my choice for most outstanding player. Most outstanding defensive player: Matthew Betts or Julian Hauser.
Betts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that I'm not giving respect to Hamilton, but it's just that like the Western guys were better. Sorry, they just were.
Yeah. And you're looking at defensive lineman first versus defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when you compare the stats, and that's what we need to do for outstanding, Matthew Betts edges out Hauser.
Mm-hmm.
And then the George Reed Most Outstanding Player, we got Nathan Rourke and Bo Levi Mitchell.
I already said what mine is. Like I
Yep.
said, I think Nathan Rourke's going to do the double this year.
And I think in the spirit of what the award should be, it should be Nathan Rourke.
Mm.
What the award is Most Outstanding Player, and
It's
based on stats alone,
it'll
the
be Bo.
way that it's got to be that guy.
It'll be Bo.
Yeah. So that's why I'm giving Nathan Rourke the Most Outstanding Canadian, because that's a little bit more subjective versus Most Outstanding Player. I want the MVP back, but it's an outstanding player, and
you're using logic in this one, Clay, and that will not do in this league, as we've seen for a lot of different arguments throughout the entire season. Logic does not apply.
Yeah, it does not apply. It shouldn't apply. And if we go that way, then then Nathan Rourke is pulling the double. So, and it's a CFL. All kinds of things could happen.
No lead is ever safe, even in votes.
Apparently. So with that, I think, we've got to hype up a couple of the things going on at least one thing at Grey Cup Festival, and it's been mentioned twice already on the show. CFL fans,
we're pumping tires again, boys.
Yep. CFL fans fight cancer. The event is located at the Tavern United, downtown Winnipeg. Be November 15th, so Saturday from 1 to 5 p.m. They're going to have a raffle. They're going to have a silent auction. They've got a 50-50. They've got door prizes. They've got more. They've got not officially, but players coming out. They usually have the Grey Cup show up at one point.
More than likely, you're going to see also the Ryder Pep Band. If based on what I've seen in the past, you're probably going to see the Ryder Pep Band out there. And I think the Pipers from Calgary are going to probably make an appearance as well. So that wouldn't surprise me either. So,
and I'm not sure if this year they're with the CFL PA event, because I know last year they held it in the same venue. I'm not sure.
There is a CFL PA event. It's not at that restaurant. It's at Rudy's.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which also isn't very far from where the team parties are.
Yeah.
It's all right in downtown Winnipeg there.
So you'll probably see some players walking in there as well.
I know with regards to the CFL PA events, I saw just on excrement, I saw that Reggie Beggleton from Calgary is going to make an appearance, and Toronto's own Ryan Hunter is going to make an appearance. Hopefully he's going to bring hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, he would know where. If he's not making them, he would know where to get the good stuff.
Exactly. I mean, but I mean, if he's such a chef that he claims he is, he better be making like 15,000 in order to give it to everybody. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's just me.
Well, based on what we've seen of Ryan Hunter, I would not put that past him.
And not only that, I think Winnipeg is also a much more scooter-friendly city, so you won't have to worry about him getting hit by a car.
Yeah. So that's the big event. That's the one everybody's got to go to and donate. If you want to donate, just go to CFLfansfightcancer.com and click on the donate button there. It'll take you right to the Cancer Care Manitoba Foundation donate page and help them get to their $100,000 goal.
And I mean, this year it should be a bit more poignant considering everything that has happened. So anything that you can give can help.
Yeah. Now, I think it's time for
Is it that time?
It's the greatest 3 minutes in podcast history. It's time for the 3-minute warning.
The greatest and longest 3 minutes. Well, first off, I did find that there was a couple of novelty bets while we were talking about all the bets earlier.
All right.
So obviously you've got the usual coin. You got the coin toss, heads and tails.
Yep.
It's a -110 either way. So basically, it's like, oh, here comes a coin toss. Okay, a couple $100,000 just changed hands. That's what I always say whenever the coin toss happens. Color of Gatorade poured on the winning coach. That's a new one. That's a new one this year.
That's one they've been doing at the Super Bowl for a while.
Yeah, they've got it here this year. So settled on the color of, and it's got a little note on here. Settled on the the Gatorade color poured on the winning head coach after the game is shown on broadcast. Bets void if no Gatorade is poured. So
Okay.
and we've got yellow, which is the favorite at 200.
Yeah.
Orange at 210, blue at 430, red at 470. White or clear is at 600. So is purple, and green is 750.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I've seen green Gatorade very often.
No, I don't. I haven't. I don't see a lot of people drinking green Gatorade.
My thing is, I think it's going to be. I'm going to, it's not a big money bet, but I'm going to put my money on orange.
The classic orange.
I'm not a fan of the orange Gatorade. I like the yellow or the red or the white as well. But yeah, I think it's going to be orange. I don't know why.
I don't know. Personal. I'm partial personally to red. I have a feeling it's going to be blue though.
All right.
Well, that's what I've always seen.
Yep.
And the last one we've got here is length of the Canadian national anthem. Settled from first note to last note of the Canadian national anthem sung by Katie St. Germain. And the over-under is set at 90.5 seconds.
And I think the Canadian the national anthem, the normal time is what, 1:23 or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Depends on how much they intonate the notes, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the over is always the safe bet for that. So yeah, I'll say over.
Yeah, I forgot to say how much it was going to be. Give me one quick second because I'm a little bit of a dummy. Yeah. So, it's okay. 110 -110 either way. Okay. -110 either way. So same as the coin toss.
And the traditional way it's sung is 1 minute 14 seconds. And that was at you said 90.
Yeah, 90.5. So a minute 30. Minute 30.5.
You know what? I'm changing. I thought we were closer about 123, 124 as the normal one. So I'm going to say under.
Okay.
I'm going to say under.
Yeah, I would go that too. Just because. Let's see what else. Me being the gamer that I am, decided to break out my old Nintendo's Entertainment System emulator and pick up a copy of Tecmo Grey Cup. So this is basically a Tecmo Bowl that a group of programmers have gone through and altered it slightly in order to include Canadian players, Canadian teams, Canadian field dimensions, Canadian downs, the usual, stuff to make it like the CFL. Yeah. And I have the final score and a scoring summary for you. So scoring summary. So the first score was by Montreal. It was a touchdown pass, Davis Alexander to Tyler Snead. Then when the Riders took control, it was Trevor Harris to Keyshawn Johnson for a touchdown. AJ Ouellette running touchdown. Then a scoop and score for the Riders, and that was Micah Johnson who did that. Then we had I don't know if he's even playing on the team. Not even sure. But Justin Lawrence for Montreal had a scoop and score going their way as well. Trevor Harris used his legs to run in, and I think it was like from the 5 or something like that. Then we had Davis Alexander to Tyson Philpott for a touchdown, and to close it out, a Brett Lothar field goal to close it out. And so the final score. Oh, and I forgot to mention one little keynote. There was a Marc-Antoine Duquois interception in there that didn't lead to any points, but the final score, according to Tecmo Bowl, is the Saskatchewan Rough Riders 31, the Montreal Alouettes 21.
And might I point out that Tecmo Bowl also predicted 2 defensive touchdowns?
Yes. Yes, 2 defensive touchdowns total, mind you, but 2 defensive, but a defensive touchdown for both defenses either way. So that's that. What else? Oh yeah, like I said, I'm making my way to Winnipeg on Thursday. So, and then I'll be coming home very early Sunday morning to have a watch along live stream on my YouTube channel for the Grey Cup. I urge everyone to come. I urge everyone to watch. Urge everyone to subscribe and participate. These things can, especially after I've been drinking, tend to go a little bit off the rails sometimes. So, but in this case, I've got no vested interest in it whatsoever. So it'll probably be a bit more sedate, kind of like what the final game of the year was for Toronto. It was I wasn't completely off the walls drunk. It was very sedate, that one.
Yeah.
Because, well, I mean, Toronto got their asses handed to them. So,
yep.
So, but yeah, check that out. Sir Douglas 1873, the YouTube channel. Go check it out. It should be under the live tab. You'll see an upcoming broadcast for the 112th Grey Cup. So,
all right. I think we're ready for this Grey Cup to happen on Sunday.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be fun, like always.
For all those already in Winnipeg and all those headed to Winnipeg, have a lot of fun. And make sure you check out CFL Fans Fight Cancer Saturday, the 15th, between 1 and 5 at the Tavern United, downtown Winnipeg. Entry is free. So, and for those rooting for having invested interest or rooting interest in the Grey Cup, good luck to your respective teams and your respective interests. I hope that if you're cheering for Saskatchewan in any way, shape, or form, that you're successful. That's for me.
Picks, right? We did make our picks, right?
We did. We made our picks. Yeah, we made our picks.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, when we talked about the spread and everything like that.
Right.
So, yeah.
I just it's not the traditional way.
Wait a minute.
We didn't do it the traditional way. If we did,
no, we didn't. I picked Saskatchewan. You picked.
I'm picking Saskatchewan as well.
Okay. All right. And we didn't.
If there's any game Davis Alexander is going to lose, it's going to be this one.
Okay. You need to flip a coin for Will before we get out of here, because.
Okay. So same thing. Using a loony. So the bird's going to be for the Owls, and of course, being the Queen City, the Queen. It's still an older loony. Here we go. Fumble. Hang on, we'll do it again.
Of course.
There we go. Got it. I don't think he's going to like it.
He's not going to like it no matter what.
Yeah, because he's taking Saskatchewan.
Yeah, well, we know.
Get it up here, Will, for not showing up tonight.
We know Will was going to.
He was going to pick Montreal because he hates Saskatchewan.
He also hates Montreal too, so
not as much as Saskatchewan.
Well, yeah, I guess. And one more thing we need to do before we leave, because we wouldn't be a Toronto podcast without updating the days since the last Hamilton Ticat Grey Cup win.
Ticat fans, hit the fast forward button a couple of times. 9,000 as of today. We are recording on Tuesday, November the 11th, as you can see by my nice little Remembrance Day scarf. 9,480 days since the last time Hamilton last won a Grey Cup. I'll be very honest. I have a feeling we're going to see GTA 6, and that's been delayed a year. We're going to see GTA 6 before Hamilton wins another cup.
All right, that does it for the Argos Fancast this week. The Argos Grey Cup Fancast. We'll talk to you next time when we find out who's going to win the Grey Cup. But before we do that, Douglas, where can they find you?
You can find me at on YouTube, Sir Douglas 1873. Go check it out. Like and subscribe my videos. Go and pay it and go on Sunday 6 o'clock, the start of the Grey Cup watch along live stream. You can also find me on Blue Sky Doug B519. You can find the Double Blue Order at Section 116 at BMO Field on game days, as well as Facebook, Instagram, excrements, merch store as well, doubleblueorder.ca.
And you can find Will at the Grey Cup Festival. He's on his way there tomorrow, or at ArgoFans on Twitter and argofans.com. You can find me at All Kinds of Clay. And you can find the Argos Fancast at Argos Fancast, or anywhere you find your friendly neighborhood podcast. Just search Argos Fancast. And we are a proud member of the Shotgun Sports Network. You can find them at shotgunsportsnetwork.ca or on YouTube. And make sure you like and subscribe to the Argos Fancast playlist in there as well.
Especially this video if you're watching on YouTube. Hit a like on it.
Yeah. That does it for the Argos Fancast this week. We'll talk to you when the season is officially over. Cheers, everyone.